spirit of an old woman still runs behind the cars at night. Here her eyes burn with anger. The tree came into almost middle of the road. This is the mysterious peepal tree in Dwarka Sector 9 and here are more. In night it becomes a sign of traumatic illusion for some people. Many young call center workers from Gagaon return their places in cab at night. Some of them had terrible vision there. An old woman had running behind their cab. Her eyes were burning with anger. Sometimes she slaps people in the car invisibly like an unseen energy. She runs in the same speed with car and then disappears. Those who didn't saw her often tells as a rumor. But not for them who seen her running behind of them, especially her eyes. Sometimes she runs towards the car and knock the door with her fearful apparition. In a little number of times she came with little bit general form, knocked, when driver opened the door to help the old woman and she transformed herself with her real apparition leaving them freeze with their heartbeats only. Number 2, she will scare you to death if you drive on the road of Delhi at night. It is now 11 o'clock at night. Satish makes music system volume little more louder as daily. Car is running through the lonely Cantt road leaving the crowded Delhi behind. It's been a long day. He is very late today, phone ringing several times, it's his wife. Suddenly a cold wind just hit his face. Satish never imagined what creepy moments are waiting for him. A lady, she is standing right side of the road. Raising a hand to lift her. He just reduced car's speed a little and tried to look clearer. She is wearing a white saree and face is not clear enough to see. A lady? Now? He murmured. No way. Satish put the gear high and suddenly after few seconds what happened that was simply spine-chilling. He left the women behind there, but she is again now at the right side of the car. In the same pose asking lift from him. Oh. My God, it's terrible, she is now wandering with his car, as running with the same speed. It can't be women. She is just playing with him. Satish was going senseless just trying to hold the steering. After some moments the ghostly apparition vanished in the dark on his left by jumping from the other side of the car. How he survived in the scary night on Delhi Cantt Road, probably will not forget in the rest of his life. The Ghost Lady of Delhi Cantt and her legends. Delhi Cantonment Road really a terrifying place for those who had seen this eerie ghost lady. Many drivers on the night had gone through the nightmare with her memory. More than 100 of people have seen that lady of Delhi Cantt Road, 10-12 of them have died. The lady ghost often appears and disappears in front of the eyes of victims, those who had her experience. They felt she often tried to make them nervous and horrified. Even she knocked the door if the car raises its speed too. Some people claim maybe that lady died in a car accident on Cantt Road or maybe she was a hitchhiker in her life. Anyway, everyone in that particular road is strictly advised not to stop the vehicle if someone asks for a lift. With this strange incidents, that area becomes one of the scariest places in Delhi and gets this real Indian ghost story. Where is Delhi Cantt area located? Delhi Cantonment is almost 10,000 acres of area near Dhalakorn. It is near Delhi University. Nearest bus stop is Dhalakorn and nearest landmark overhead water tank. Number 3 Ghost Stories of National Library Kolkata. The well-known National Library of Kolkata located on Belvedere Road, is not only known for its book collections, it is one of the known haunted houses of Kolkata. It was the residence of former Lieutenant Governor of Bengal. Foundation of Belvedere House. Mir Jafar became the first Nawab of Bengal after the company rule in India by betraying Nawab Siraj-ud-Daulah in 1757. In 1760 he built a Belvedere house in Alipur, Kolkata. Some day after he had to give it to Warren Hastings, the first Governor-General of India. Later it the official residence of the Lieutenant Governor of Bengal till then the capital of India shifted to Delhi. 1836 The first Calcutta Public Library started here as a non-governmental institution in the Esplanade. Prince Dwarkanath Tagore became the first proprietor of the Calcutta Public Library. Calcutta Public Library turned into the Imperial Library by some other secretariat libraries in Calcutta. Former East India College Library donated its library books to the Imperial Library. But the library was not for the public till then. After the freedom of India in 1953, the Imperial Library renamed as the National Library and moved to the Belvedere House and opened for all. The Hidden Chamber in 2010. The Ministry of Culture, owner of the Kolkata National Library, took the help of a Archaeological Survey of India for restoration of the building. Interesting news coming out about a secret room of nearly 1,000 square feet on the ground floor without any door or trapdoor too. So many rumors spread out quickly. It was assumed as torture chamber, as in many castles in the United Kingdom like Chillingham Castle torture chamber, or a secret place for hiding or storing treasure. Asa decided to drill a hole in the wall of this secret chamber. But according to a Kolkata official, it is just a chamber for architectural benefit. However, this doubt is not fully cleared, as after 2012 no information about the chamber was publicly released. Haunted stories of the Kolkata National Library. The guards are often feared to take duty on the night shift through they don't want to talk with media for the safety of their job. It is known that the footsteps of the governor's wife can still be heard. Beside this, the building have another story. At the time of renovation of the old block, and 12 labourers lost their lives after an accident. Some eyewitnesses have seen that black images fading in front of them. Some fearful incidents have heard, like student from England died in some unnatural accident while he was searching book for his thesis. Also heard about a story where Bengali student who did not complete his paper died come for complete his research many times. Number 4. Haunted story of GP Block. Meerut. Meerut is a metropolitan city situated in the state of Uttar Pradesh in India. Hindi and Urdu languages spoken here. This GP block, although not well known, but is to be found one of the most haunted areas in the city's history. It has a very unique and strange type of haunted story. This GP block reported corresponds to a double-story apartment which is deserted and without any residents. Ghost sightings in the house on GP block. People have claimed to see the spirit of a woman sitting on the roof, and others have added to see women wearing red clothes getting in and out of the house. It has been always seen that 4 men sitting inside the house around a table with a single candle lighted in the center, and having alcohol. It happens to be most common sight for people passing through that area, but few people also added that even they seen the men sitting on the rooftop. The scenes keep repeating all over the house. The house has remained locked for as long as people in the area can't remember. People don't tell all these as apparition too. These are clearer than that. People generally avoid that route stretch lying in the front of the house, and today no one passes by the unidentified yet haunted place. Airy Milk Colony. Haunted Mumbai. Go anywhere you want to, but don't go Airy Milk Colony Road at night. Some people may laugh at this as rumor, but sometimes truth is really stranger than fiction. Plenty of green trees and stretches of pastures. In daylight it's a good area for picnics. Also directors shoot here often. But all of them leave an Airy Milk Colony area before it's getting dark. A very revengeful ghost presence haunts there at night. May have seen it and others felt strongly. Haunted experiences in Airy Milk Colony. A driver works at night shift in a company nearby Airy. He returns each night approximate 2-3 a.m. at night. One day he is driving back on his way in very night. Full of darkness and silence weather. Suddenly he just felt someone is staring him from some time. After that he fearfully sensed that maybe he or she sits beside him. When he looked there was no one. But then he sensed more and more that he is not alone. The driver raised car speed almost 100 km/h and reached home anyhow. He told later all the time on the Airy road someone was with him. The scariest story is about the lady. Many people experienced her ghost and told terrible stories. She stands under a tree and cry loudly. Sometimes asks to ride. Whenever drivers stop, they see a lady standing there. Her long hair covers her face. But when she looks at them, it's not a lady who is crying. Suddenly she changes herself in a violent spirit. Numbers of injuries on her face, eyes bursting in anger, and she is almost running towards them. Seeing this, everyone will run, isn't? But when they run their car at high speed, she sometimes runs a long distance with the car and screams to make them nervous. Some people suffered a long time illness after face this horrible apparition at night on the Airy Road. Sometime after crossing the Chota Kashmir, people hear weeping of a lady and little children. When take the turn in front there, they see nothing. In some incidents the lady spirit there behaves well until she gets a ride in the car, but then slaps driver and disappears. Airy Milk Colony is one of the most haunted places in Mumbai. Generally drivers avoid this road after 10 p.m. in night. Ghost of Haunted Vrindaban Society, Thane. Do you want to get slapped by ghost? LOL. Then Haunted Vrindaban Society in Thane is the place where ghost is crazy enough. Vrindaban Society is a famous and large society in Thane. So definitely it's not a typical haunted house you imagine, like old ragtag condition, dark shallow, window crayons and lonely. Ghostly shadows, dark wall etc. Surely it's not. It's a pros housing society in West Thane consisting more than hundreds buildings. It is very near to Eastern Express Highway is crossing just beside the society, and police chowki is near enough. The society was developed by Mittal Rahia Venture in the 90s, decades of past century. Suicide of a middle-aged man. Building number 66B is on the north side of the society. Paranormal activities of the Vrindavan Society started after the suicide of a middle-aged man in building number 66B. The man jumped outside from the balcony and committed suicide. Scary feelings and patrolling guards experience after that. Lots of abnormal weird things felt in the society. Many people in the society and the guards patrolling on night complained several times about paranormal feelings. Once a guard was slapped by a ghost of this haunted house so hard he lay down from the chair almost. He believed then nearby guard slapped him actually. But later all guards searched the apartment on that night. But they didn't find anything. Similarity with another ghost who slaps too. In another famous haunted house, Bridgeraj Palace, Bhuban, Kota, where the ghost of Major Burton is reported to for slapping guards. Especially those who sleeps or dozes on their duty. After all, he was an army major before his assassination. But the spirit of Major Burton is really harmless. But we are not sure this about the ghost of the haunted Vrindaban Society. I still remember the face of that old lady. This is tale of the township of Vizag in the southern state of India, Andhra Pradesh. That was the most dreadful night and incident as well of my life. I myself have experienced all this which I am going to reveal in front of you. This was an incident which happened on my friend's sister's wedding, who also was our neighbor, lives just next to my house. Apart from this, there was a big red house where no one used to stay since 15-16 long years. That big house has taken on rent for my friend Siddharth's sister Sujatha's groom's family and relative to stay at night on that memorable wedding day. The house, popularly known as Red House, was 3-storied building. I went to the first floor to bring some sweets for the groom's family and relatives. An old woman wearing a white saree with grey long open hair on the wall of the balcony with 2 feet height. Firstly she laughed wickedly and asked me, "What do you want? Why have you come here?" Then she started weeping like a mere child and commanded me, "Get out from here or I will not leave anyone." I was shocked with this incident and ran to my mother. No one was there when he came to the same place again. We heard noises and people weeping. We went down to see what has happened and saw the groom lying on the floor dead. He went to toilet and tried to fix the light which was not working and got shock and died. Everyone left the place immediately and no one ever entered the house again. After this incident, my mom told me a legend about this big red house, that once a man used to stay there with his wife. All of a sudden the woman was missing from her house and she never came back. After few days, the man also was found dead in his house. People say that the man murdered his wife. And the spirit of the woman still lives in the house. Moreover, the spirit does not allow anyone to stay there, nor does she allow any celebration to take place. Thank you for watching Dreamland Orchard. Please send your true stories or suggestions to dreamlandorchard@gmail.com.